Well, it's Friday night football, and as we've been reporting, one team won't take the field after the game against Ursuline and Farrell was canceled.
Tonight, there's new information surrounding that federal civil lawsuit alleging hazing and sexual assault against several Ursuline football players.
Attorney Sabad Chandra, who's at the helm of this lawsuit, says that since the lawsuit dropped, he's already learned of a separate incident involving the team and a new video.
We are urging the public, as they become aware, for witnesses to these problems to come forward, for other victims to come forward, because there is strength in numbers. We've already heard from additional witnesses and potential victims, and we think it's really important that people's stories be heard and be told, and that those responsible be held accountable.
Now, when it comes to public schools in Ohio, you have a right to certain information, from policies to disciplinary actions against staff.
But at private schools, getting that same information can be nearly impossible.
Public schools are required to release public records, but private schools don't face the same rules.
There's really no way for a member of the general public to know whether they're enforcing the policies in the same way, whether they're disciplining employees in the same manner. So, yeah, I mean, it is a little bit of the wild, wild west with private schools in that, these things don't have to be documented and or produced.
While student records remain confidential across the board, there's no legal obligation for a private school to release any records. Think day-to-day operations, curriculum, personnel files, and so on.
Things happen in private schools that aren't documented, or the records that are produced from that are not produced to the public.
That is, unless records are subpoenaed, which is what we're watching play out within Ursuline, where the attorney in that case tells me even he has to go through great lengths to access private records through the court system.
It's really kind of this no man's land. So it's very difficult to get records from a private school for a citizen who's looking into, maybe a personnel issue.
Democratic State Rep Lauren McNally wants to reintroduce legislation that has stalled to hold all schools to the same transparency standards, given private schools receive millions in taxpayer money.
We're just asking for some very basic things that protect the students on the one side and protects the taxpayer dollars on investment on the other side.
And Republican local rep Tex Fisher points out that in general, private schools can and still do release information such as certain financial forms and test scores, but he thinks additional transparency for personnel decision making is absolutely a conversation worth having.